Hey guys, Cory with iReviewGear.com. I'm out here doing a cooler review of the high-end roto-molded coolers. I got some names you probably know about, and then one that you might not have heard about yet. It's called the Canyon coolers, and I checked these out down at this outdoor retail show in Salt Lake City, and they looked really cool down there, so I kind of organized with the guys at Canyon coolers to get one up here for me to test. And so I've been putting it head to head, and what you see is the Prospector 103. That's what I have here. We're sitting on 3 days of ice, so I filled these up as full as they would allow me to do it with still allowing the lid to close. It's a relatively comparable amount of ice between the three that I have, which is Orion, Yeti, and Canyon coolers. And so I just want to take time to really kind of showcase what's going on with this Canyon cooler, because it's been such a kind of a cool thing all around. So let's take a peek here. So pop open the lid. Again, like I said, this is day number 3 of ice retention test to see what we're going to get. And as you can see, the ice retention of this cooler has just been phenomenal. We're talking 3 days out here in the heat. It hasn't been extremely hot, but it's been relatively hitting the 80-degree mark pretty much every day. And we still got plenty of ice. I can't even see any water in the bottom of this cooler. So basically I'm just going to keep on letting time do its thing, and we'll see how long we can get out of this. Hey guys, thanks for checking back in with me. We're still checking out this Canyon cooler, Prospector 103, and we're on day 6 now. So what I've been doing is coming out here in the evenings and popping open the lid a couple of times just to simulate somebody getting into the cooler. But I'm kind of doing 3-day increments just to show the ice retention and how they're doing without marking the minimal amount of melt that's happening day to day. So 3-day increments is kind of the best way we can do it. So here we are, day 6. I'm going to pop this thing open so you guys can take a peek. And as you can see, still quite a bit of ice in here. We got a little bit of water starting to get some melt off here. But on day 6, with temperatures up into the well into the 90s, this is very acceptable. I'd say we're probably somewhere around, with the melt off and everything, around the 50-60% of the ice that was originally in here is probably still maintaining it. So we're looking at a week basically of ice retention, 6 days. There's no reason to believe that any of this is going to be melted off by tomorrow, so or not a significant amount of it anyways. So stick with us. We're going to take another peek at this in 3 days from now, see how we're looking, and come up with kind of an idea as what we're doing. As you can see, there's a couple other coolers here that I'm testing out, and I have been putting together a comprehensive review. So we are putting this the Canyon cooler head to head with the Yeti 105 and the Orion 85. They held a relatively comparable amount of ice, and so we're gonna kind of piece this all together and see what we come up with. So thanks for sticking with us, guys. Hey guys, we're back at it, day number 9. This is the 3rd day of my 3-day increment tests on this Canyon coolers Prospector 103. So I'm gonna crack open the lid here, see how the ice retention is, and hopefully it's still holding strong here. So after 9 days, as you can see, we got still some pretty large chunks of ice, but definitely some noticeable melting. The water's starting to pool up here, but you still have plenty of cooling power as far as to keep everything that you might have in here cool. You might obviously be running into a little bit of issues with stuff getting wet if there was anything in there that you were worried about that. But ultimately, still holding ice, still good. If you had you know, soda water, anything like that, that's going to be in here staying nice and cold. And so still pretty impressive after 9 days. We started with about 100 pounds of ice in here, and so we're down to as far as what's actual firm here, I don't know, that'd probably still fill up 2 20-pound bags, I think. So probably got 40 pounds of actual hard ice left over, and then the melt off itself. So pretty dang good for 9 days. So we're just gonna let this thing ride out until it's all the way melted to just down to water. So stick with us. Hey guys, Cory with iReviewGear.com to do my last video here on the Canyon cooler Prospector 103. As you've seen, I've been kind of popping them open every 3 days. I went on a week-long hunting trip and I didn't have an opportunity to do it, so I had my wife take a few photos of it kind of as the ice was going. So I got home last night late, popped the lid open just to take a peek, and And I just want to show you guys what I found here. So we're on day now 18 since I put ice in here. Averaging around 80 degree temperatures most of the days that we've had here. So I pop it open, and as you can see, we're pretty well down to just water. But it's freezing cold water. It's cold enough that if we were still sitting here with, you know, if there's a jug of milk in here, it's gonna be cold enough that it wouldn't have gone bad. So 18 days of you know, refrigerator quality temperatures in this cooler with just an initial fill of ice is just absolutely impressive. It's better off than most coolers, you know, that we're going to find on the market. As you can see, I've kind of been putting it head to head with some other ones, and we'll be putting out another review that was a comparative of all of these. But Canyon Cooler Prospector 103 itself, just been a fantastic cooler. It's big, it's going to hold everything that you need, and you know, if you're in the market for a roto-molded cooler, this would definitely be something that you should look at. You know, it's just got better designs than a lot of the stuff that's out there. These latches, I can tell you, they're just awesome. They're super simple. The cooler itself has got places for strap down, so you can get this thing loaded up however you want. And then the coolest thing about this cooler that I have seen, and I'm going to use here in just a minute, it has drains on both sides. You got a drain on an opposite side and one off the front. So no matter how you got this thing loaded into the truck or in the raft or whatever, there's going to be a way for you to drain the water out of it if you want to do that. So anyways, as far as I can tell you, this is just a fantastic cooler from a great company with some great people. And like I said, if you're in the market for a roto-molded cooler, then you should definitely be looking at these as an option for you. So thanks for sticking with us at iReviewGear.com. And remember, pop back through if you guys have any other reviews that you'd like to see. And you can always email us to see if there's anything you'd like to have us check out.